did not know Mr. Ajo, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting Mr. Ajo at the lunch, Ms. Faraji noticed him in the hallway at work. Ms. Faraji later asked Ms. Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Ms. Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho eventually recommend her on the show. Speak for yourself. All right, so Mrs. Faraji became alarmed and warned Ms. Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man and that may become very angry. Ms. Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. You see that? She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. Okay? She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. I'm going to stop right there. Okay? So, here's my first issue with this whole situation, right? Because we're going to get back to this, right? But my issue with this whole situation is black men. We looking real weak and simpish out here, in my personal opinion. Okay? We can't go into 2025 still scared of black women. It's like you niggas is scared to call a spade, and to make it even worse, when a brother has the testicular fortitude to tell these women like it is, y'all try to bash him. Now, what specifically am I talking about? I'm talking about Jason Whitlock, okay? Jason Whitlock was a former employee of FS1, and he had a very accurate take on the whole situation, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play some of what he had to say, and then we're gonna look at these weak-ass simp Negroes who had something to say in response to what Whitlock said, all right? So let's get to Whitlock. Give me a second. Gotta find this daggone video. Bear with me. Okay. All right, give me a second, y'all. Gotta find this damn video. All right, here we go, right here.
And I don't.
All right, I got it, y'all. All right, bam. All right, we in business.
Say this to be hypercritical of Joy Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance, not because I didn't like her, it's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble. And so that's what I did. I kept my distance. Because when you put some woman in a job, talking sports with a bunch of men, it's a job she's not qualified for. She's talking sports with professional athletes, people that did it at the highest level. She's talking sports with me or Colin Cowherd or other people that have like really studied sports at a super high level. What does she have to offer other than her sex appeal? And so should we be surprised that she leaned into that? No, we should. They put her in that position where it's the only thing she had to offer. And so she offered it up and got what she wanted. Let's think this through. As if you go into the lawsuit and the things that Nusheen.
Now let's stop right there for a second. Now, what has he said so far? What has he said that's been wrong so far? I mean, he's on point. He's calling it like it is.
Says, and the way she says things played out. Joy Taylor was some sort of fill-in talk show host down in Miami who, you know, people in Miami kind of knew who she was. I think she may have had some association with Dan Le Batard or whatever, but she hadn't taken Miami by storm as a radio talk show host. She was a little extra, attractive girl. Jason Taylor's sister. Hey, let's put her on radio. But she hadn't really done anything. But somehow she's qualified to be the host of Undisputed, a debate show between Skip Bayless, who, like him or not, was an accomplished sports journalist for a time, and a Hall of Fame football player in Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe reached the top of the sports industry. Skip Bayless reached the top of the sports media industry. And Joy Taylor had done some radio work down in Miami. What does she have to offer? So how does she get that job?
And that's a fact. And I saw a couple of videos of Joy Taylor's. I'm not going to play them because, you know, we've already been going at an hour and I got other stuff to show you guys. But I saw some videos of hers, but she's talking about how women have to work twice as hard and how it's not fair. And how in the hell do you come from working at a local radio station in Miami to talking about sports on one of the top sports networks in the entire world? How hard did you really work? Well, thanks to the lawsuit, we know what you really did. But it's crazy to me, man, how these women can just sit up here and straight up lie, talking about how much work she had to do when she didn't do any work at all. 15 to 20 minutes tops. And then she probably got her drinks and food paid for after that. You know what I mean? So, come on, man. How hard are you really working out here? Let's go.
How does she even get that opportunity? Because she's got a big pair of cans and she's, according to Sheen, she's willing to let people enjoy those big cans of hers.
Now, this is the part that people start complaining about when he started talking about her cans and her skin and what she did, right? This is the big thing that people were up in arms about what Jason Whitlock said.
That's how we got here. And it's not Joy Taylor's fault. And I want to go through and just, I'm trying not to disparage Joy Taylor, but the facts are the facts. I can remember I'm at Fox Sports at the time, and I ran into some friction because I didn't want a woman on a show that I was doing at Fox Sports. And so this is in 2015-16 at the very beginning. And I can remember they brought Joy Taylor in for a test on the show that I was doing. Yeah, this is at the time when I was going to be initially doing my own show, and Cowherd was doing something else. And just keeping it all the way real, Charlie Dixon wanted her to be involved with my show. And so we brought her in for a test. And I didn't think the test went well. And I let everybody know, hey, I don't think this test went well. I don't want, this isn't the direction I wanted to go. I was trying to play nice and trying to meet them halfway in terms of okay, you guys are insisting on a woman being on this show because that's what everybody wants. And I was like, well, you need to bring a grown-ass woman on the show if it's going to be with me. It can't be at this time. This is 10 years ago. Well, Joy Taylor's probably 25, 26 years old. You talking about, I got a lot of discipline, but 25-year-old with them big cans and that peanut butter skin who has nothing to say, at some point I'm going to lose respect. And I'm like, well, the only thing she's got to offer is them big cans and that peanut butter skin.
This man ain't never lied. And they're trying to eat him up on Black Twitter right now for being a misogynist. He's not a misogynist. He's telling you what every man in his right mind thinks about a scenario like that. It happens everywhere. Shit, it happens in the fire department. It happens everywhere. Every job. Every job, there's that one or two or three or four. Some jobs have more than others. And you ask yourself, what is this person here for? They don't know the job. They don't know anything. But they got them cans. They're young. They're dumb. And you know the rest. He's making a valid point. I'm going to play a little bit more, and then I'm going to get to what the simps had to say about what he's saying.
And so if I got to put up with this, I might as well enjoy them big cans. And so I said, no, I don't want to put myself in that position. And so I can remember I brought in Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie Bernstein's around my age, a few years younger, perhaps. But I was like, she's been around the block. She actually has been involved in sports media for a long time. She might have something of substance to offer. And the test we did with Bonnie Bernstein went much better. And I was like, if we're gonna go, they were adamant, no Bonnie Bernstein. When I look back in retrospect, when I say they, I'm talking about Jamie Horowitz. And I don't know if I heard from Charlie Dixon on this, but I'd certainly heard from Jamie Horowitz. They were adamant, no Bonnie Bernstein. And when I look back in retrospect, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm just keeping it real. This show is called Fearless. I got to tell you the truth so you can understand these things. When I look back in retrospect, they were like, Bonnie Bernstein, she was 20 years ago. We've had our way.
Listen to what he's saying. I guarantee you, almost every chick you see on sports talk shows and sports networks that isn't a former athlete has definitely been ran through. They've definitely been ran through. Why else are they there? Why else are they there? You didn't play sports. You didn't study sports in school. You're just a pretty face with a nice body. And you're young. What do you think they're there for? Why do you think they're there? They've been ran through. And that's all Jason Whitlock is saying. And he's saying, you know what? I'm not gonna put myself in the mix. I'm not gonna give them the power over me to say I did anything that I didn't do. Let's go.
with Bonnie Bernstein. We want something fresh and new. And so Bonnie Bernstein, a woman that's pushing 45, 50 at that time, no value, no interest. No one's sexually attracted enough to Bonnie Bernstein at that time to give her the job. And so we didn't do that. I kept holding firm. Next thing you know, me and Cowherd are doing the show together, and Jason McIntyre is going to be our sidekick.
All right, so we're going to stop there right there, right? So, I mean, he's kicking the truth. He's kicking the truth. And you could go to his channel and watch the whole 13-minute clip. He actually has some very good knowledge for young men in this clip. I would go and check it out. As a matter of fact, when I'm done with this stream, I'll copy and paste and put the link in the description so you guys can go and check that out. All right? Now, let's get into what the Simps had to say. All right? Now, here is comedian Godfrey and his comments on Jason Whitlock. Here we go.
This dude has bugged me for fucking years, man. He has bugged me for years. What's wrong with this dude, man? It seems like he's always been against African-American men, African-American athletes. He just seems like kind of a traitor, you know? Jason Whitlock is what I call him. He's always saying shit against us. For some reason, it feels that way. If I'm wrong, you can say whatever you want in the comments. It just feels that way. He looks like a bitter, chunky motherfucker that's always mad at everybody.
It'd be so funny what they be saying about Whitlock, because the only people that are mad at Jason Whitlock are people who can't take accountability. Jason Whitlock talks accountability talk. And he doesn't just talk it for other people. He talks about himself and how he holds himself accountable. Now, granted, Godfrey is talking about the speech he just gave on Joy Taylor that I just showed you, right? He's talking about that, but yet all he's doing is attacking Jason's character, and he doesn't really have a rebuttal for what Jason said. He's just attacking him. For what? I don't know. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's one of them dudes that only made it to high school football, got a knee injury and didn't get to college. And
that's cap. Jason Whitlock was a starting guard for Ball State, which is a D1 university. It's a D1 university that Jason Whitlock played for.
You know what I'm saying? He one of them hater motherfuckers. He got the hater face. Look at him. That pudgy hater face. He's not even a nice pudgy guy. There are nice pudgy people out there, and you one of them fucking pessimistic pudgy motherfuckers, man. And this thing you said about this woman, man, yo, was whack, son. That shit was whack. You sounded mad creepy. You was like, you know, that big old rack.
That big rack of hers.
That peanut butter skin.
That peanut butter skin.
Keep it away from me, like.
Keep your distance.
What was you about to do? Was you about to rape her or something? That was real disrespectful, man. Disrespectful. That big old rack.
That big rack.
Man, you didn't have a motherfucking chance. The only rack you had was a rack of ribs, motherfucker. And the only peanut butter you was gonna get close to was peanut butter and jelly. Or a peanut butter cup or peanut butter brittle, motherfucker. That was it. Yo, whose mans is this, right? Whose mans is this? Someone get this motherfucker, Whitlock. I hope your ass get in trouble for that. Shitlock. Jason Whitlock.
So there we have it. This is a grown man. This is a grown man talking like this, bro. Telling you, man, niggas don't want to be adults, bro. Niggas don't want, bro. The comedian Godfrey is going on 50 years old, bro. These are the uncles and grandpas in the black community. This is what they look like. This is how they talk. The uncles and grandpas. This is an embarrassment. All right, now let's get to Cam Newton. Let's get to Cam Newton's comments. His was even worse. All right, where's Cam's corny ass at? Here we go.
Jason Whitlocks of the world.
Here we go. Here goes Cam, simp number 2.
With this lawsuit, you have the Jason Whitlocks. of the world. What did he say?
I know what I'm capable of. That big rack of hers that she showed off constantly. And that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance.
Okay. Hey, Jason Whitlock. Hey, my guy. No, you're not my guy. Guy, come here. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. That big rack of hers, that's inappropriate. That butter skin, that's inappropriate. Like, bro, you're not that guy. So to comment on something like this, bro, stay in your lane. Whether Joy did what she did, the accusations are true or not, stay in your lane, Jason. All right? Because, bro, like, you're having an outer body experience, and it's time for me to put you back in your body to let you know, bro, you're not that guy, pal.
Bro, Cam Newton is not funny, bro. Not funny. All right, let me let them finish it out.
Yeah.
Joy, is she a very attractive woman? Absolutely. And it's not for me to make inappropriate statements, Jason. Like, all right, let's put it like this, since we want to get personal. Like, yo, who you fucking? Who you sleeping with?
What she look like?
Like, bring her to the forefront, him to the forefront, because now you gotta be open in these.
Yeah,
things.
gotta be, huh?
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no shade, but I'm just keeping it a bug.
Yeah.
This is a person who's, bro, like been a villain in the industry for years. So I'm like, bro, we want to see her. Don't say no inappropriate things like that and not be questioned about that.
All right, so this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This is the problem. As soon as you try to correct the behavior of these degenerate 304s, you got some simp-ass celebrities coming out the woodworks trying to discredit the truth. Notice, neither Godfrey nor Cam Newton had an actual argument to what Jason was saying. They had no argument. They just tossed insults to him and tried to take his message out of context. Jason Whitlock at no point was pretending to be, quote unquote, that guy, as Cam Newton ridiculously stated. Whitlock was simply saying it's best not to shit where you eat, no matter how tempting it is. Never put yourself in an unnecessary situation where you're going to be in a vulnerable position. But see, instead of pointing that important part out, they chose to dwell on the fact that Jason Whitlock is overweight and that women aren't necessarily attracted to him. Even though that wasn't his point. That wasn't his point at all. Let's be real. Have y'all seen the CEO that Joy Taylor slept with to get promoted? Have y'all seen her? Excuse me, have y'all seen him? Real quick, I'm gonna show y'all what he looks like. I'm gonna show you the CEO that Joy Taylor slept with. This is the guy. Let me see. This is the guy right here. That's him. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy she slept with to get promoted. That's the guy. Now, if she slept with that guy, she'd definitely sleep with Whitlock if it was to her benefit. And that's the point he was trying to make. Look at the court documents. She told the hairstylist that if Dixon, the white guy, doesn't continue to give her what she wants, then she'd frame him with sexual misconduct allegations. So my question is, why aren't Godfrey and Cam Newton talking about that instead. Why aren't they talking about that? They're not talking about it because they don't want the perceived smoke that comes with correcting black women on their bullshit. So salute to Jason Whitlock.
Yeah, they got it bumping. Hey.